Hans Zimmer reveals all and gives you the direct phone numbers to all the directors he has worked with. Yes, I know I am a little late to the party, about 6 or 7 years late in fact, but I have only just seen Hans Zimmer's Masterclass. Is it still relevant today? What does it tell you? More to the point, what does it not tell you? What would you expect from a Hans Zimmer Masterclass? In this video, I shall try to answer those questions and more. There are already a few reviews of the Masterclass on YouTube, but I don't think there are a lot. Some of them go through the videos one by one. I don't find this particularly helpful. You can get this sort of information from the website. This is the Hans Zimmer page on the Masterclass website, and you can see the list of all the videos, all the topics that he covers. You can check this out on the Masterclass website or pause the video if you want to read every single one of them. There are 31 videos in total, which last for 5 hours and 40 minutes. What you really want to know is, what does he actually tell you? What golden nuggets of information can you glean from this masterclass that might help you in your music production? If you do a search for this, you may come across some forums in which some people are quite critical of the masterclass. I think this is a little bit strange because some people have the assumption that if you take the Hans Zimmer Masterclass, you will immediately be able to write music like Hans Zimmer. You will somehow have a foot in the door of music composition for movies. Hans Zimmer reveals all and gives you the direct phone numbers to all the directors he has worked with. I hope you would agree that this is just totally unrealistic. So let me start by telling you what you do not get in this masterclass. It's very short on the actual techniques of composing. He doesn't tell you which notes to play to create a particular effect. He doesn't tell you what chord sequences or harmonies to use. He doesn't tell you which sounds to use to create a particular effect. There is very little about the actual techniques of music composition, or indeed of composing music to fit a particular section of film, although he does talk about that a lot. There is, I think, the tacit assumption, and I think it's entirely reasonable, that anyone watching this and want to get something out of it will already be a reasonably competent musician, or at least an average musician who knows their instrument, knows their way around their gear to a certain degree, and they will also be familiar with composition and will already be composing music of some sort. So this masterclass is not about the actual physical techniques of composing music for movies. There are other courses which do this. I shall mention one a little bit later in the video. So that's what you don't get in this masterclass. What you do get is Hans talking about his process, if you like, how he interacts with other musicians, how he uses musicians to create particular sounds, how he talks to directors, how he communicates with other people involved in the movie making process. Now, he does talk about some of the cues he's written for some of the movies, and you get to hear the music along with the movie, which is interesting, although you could just watch the movie and you would get the entire score. But one of the overriding ideas, and quite possibly the main takeaway from the entire course, Hans says he can tell you everything you need to know about writing music for film in one word, and that is story. And he talks about story in several different ways, but there's a recurring theme throughout the entire masterclass. He talks about music questions and music answers. This is a small section which has been used on many of the adverts that I've seen on YouTube. And it's something which I think all musicians who are composers and who write tunes can relate to. Now, I actually watched the entire masterclass over 2 days. After the first day, after watching about half the videos, I was so inspired and motivated to go and write some music. This wasn't particularly to write film music, but just listening to him talk so inspired me. I just really wanted to go and write something. I just wanted to write anything, and not necessarily to follow any of the ideas or suggestions which he'd mentioned. I just found the entire talk to be inspirational. And again, halfway through the second day, I desperately wanted to stop watching the videos and just fiddle about and write some music. So my takeaway from this is that I found it very inspirational. He did inspire me to want to go and write some music, not necessarily film music. Now, I can't, unfortunately, suggest that this may have the same effect on you. I can only tell you what effect it had on me. Now, I did take notes as I was watching the videos, and he comes out with a lot of little nuggets. And if you're not paying close attention, you may miss some of these. Now, these were compositional nuggets which you could apply to any form of music composition, not just movies. And it's quite likely that if I watch this again and paid close attention, even more nuggets might appear. So I may make another video or two exploring my interpretation of some of the nuggets which I gleaned from this masterclass. So let's just have a quick look at the price. It is available on masterclass.com. Now, according to some sources, the price can vary considerably from one area to another, and according to some sources, they change the price on a regular basis. So I can only tell you what it is at the moment in the UK. At the moment, the cheapest option is £14 a month, paid annually, so that's 168 Great British pounds. Of course, that gives you access to all the masterclasses on the masterclass.com website. However, not all of them are music related, and you may only want to watch one or two. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, you will know I am not a fan of subscription services. Now, I didn't actually subscribe to this. I probably would not have seen it if I had had to subscribe. I have a friend who subscribes to masterclass.com. Now, he's not a musician. I think he just likes watching how-to videos. But he does like movies, and Hans Zimmer's name cropped up, and he said, oh, I've got a masterclass on that. So thanks to him, I was able to watch the Hans Zimmer Masterclass. I've no idea if this is available anywhere else. I suspect not. If it is available anywhere else for a one-off fee, then please let me know in the comments. Now, if you do want to know the actual techniques for writing music for movies, I believe there are several courses out there on the internet. I know of one, which is ThinkSpace Education. This is run by one of my favourite YouTubers, Guy Mitchellmore. Now, he's not paying me to say this. I have bought some of their courses with my own money. I do enjoy them. I think they're very informative. I love Guy as a presenter. I will leave a link to ThinkSpace in the description. I think you can preview most of the courses to see what they're about. If there are any other similar courses you can recommend, then please let me know in the comments. Of course, there are also courses on just about every other type of music production you can think of, from EDM, trance, techno, mixing courses, mastering courses, all sorts of stuff like that. So there are courses there if you want information about how to produce a particular type of music. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, found it interesting, useful, possibly mildly entertaining, even though it was several years later than it perhaps could have been. As always, thank you so much for spending time with me watching my videos. If you have enjoyed it, perhaps you would like to consider subscribing to the channel, ringing the bell. Thank you, so you get informed of new videos as soon as I release them. And please do click the big thumb if you enjoy the video, of course. And if you have enjoyed this video, you might enjoy these videos as well. I will see you again very soon.